You already know strong legs are important, right? But what if I told you that leg strength after 60 is the single biggest predictor of whether you'll stay independent or end up needing assistance to live? What if 3 simple exercises, taking less than 10 minutes a day, could be the difference between confidently walking into your 70s and 80s or struggling to get off the toilet without help? Sounds dramatic, I know, but the research from Johns Hopkins and the National Institute on Aging proves it. Leg strength isn't about vanity, it's about survival. It's about keeping your freedom. We're breaking down 3 powerful exercises that are specifically designed for bodies over 60. No gym membership, no fancy equipment, no strain on aging joints. Just 3 movements that rebuild the exact strength most seniors lose, and the science behind why they work so well. But here's what most people get wrong. They either do these exercises with terrible form and get 0 results, or they give up after a week because they don't see immediate change. That's why at the end of this video, I'm revealing the 30-day Strong Legs protocol, the exact day-by-day progression that guarantees results without injury or burnout. And benefit number 9? That's the one that affects your brain, your balance, and even your longevity in ways that will shock you. Drop a comment right now with your age and tell me honestly, can you stand up from a chair without using your hands? Let's see who's ready to take back their leg strength in the next 30 days. Before we get into the 3 exercises, you need to understand why this matters so much. A landmark study published in the British Medical Journal followed over 5,000 adults aged 60 and older for 13 years. The researchers discovered something chilling. The people who couldn't perform a simple sit-to-stand test without using their hands had a significantly higher risk of early death, not from leg problems, from everything: heart disease, stroke, even cognitive decline. Here's why. Your legs contain the largest muscle groups in your body. When these muscles weaken, it triggers a cascade of biological failures. Your metabolism slows down, your balance deteriorates, your cardiovascular system weakens because you move less. You become sedentary, not by choice, but because your body can't support you anymore. The American Journal of Preventive Medicine confirms that leg strength is more predictive of healthy aging than almost any other single factor, including cardiovascular fitness. And here's the part that should terrify you. Muscle loss accelerates dramatically after 60. You can lose 3 to 5% of your muscle mass per decade after 30, but that rate doubles after 60. This isn't just about looking frail, it's about functionality. It's about whether you can carry your groceries, play with your grandchildren, walk through an airport, or get up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom without fear of falling. But the good news, and this is critical, sarcopenia, the medical term for age-related muscle loss, is not inevitable. It's reversible. A study from Tufts University put nursing home residents in their 80s and 90s on a simple strength training program. Within 8 weeks, they had doubled and tripled their leg strength. People who hadn't walked independently in years were walking again. So if you're 60, 65, 70, even 75, you are not too old. Your muscles are still capable of adaptation. They're just waiting for the right stimulus. The 3 exercises I'm about to show you provide that stimulus safely, effectively, and progressively. They target the exact muscle groups that determine your mobility. Your quadriceps, which straighten your knee and help you stand up, your glutes, which power your walking and stabilize your hips, and your calves, which control your balance and push-off strength. These aren't random movements, they're the foundation of independent living. Let's get into them. Exercise number 1 is the sit-to-stand, also called the chair squat. This is the most functional exercise you can possibly do because it directly mimics the movement you perform dozens of times every single day, getting in and out of chairs, cars, and toilets. If you can't do this movement smoothly and confidently, your independence is already compromised. Here's how it works. You'll need a sturdy chair, preferably one without arms so you can't cheat. Sit toward the front edge of the chair with your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Your knees should be at about a 90-degree angle. Cross your arms over your chest or hold them straight out in front of you for balance. Now, lean slightly forward from your hips, keep your chest up, and push through your heels to stand up. The key is to stand up without rocking forward or using momentum. Then slowly lower yourself back down with control. Don't just drop into the chair, control the descent. Here's why this exercise is so powerful. When you stand from a seated position, you're activating your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and core all at once. You're training the exact movement pattern your body needs for daily life. But there's a deeper benefit. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that the sit-to-stand movement is one of the best predictors of fall risk. People who can perform this movement smoothly and repeatedly have significantly better balance and coordination. You're not just building strength, you're building neuromuscular control, the connection between your brain and muscles that keeps you stable. And here's what makes this exercise perfect for people over 60. It's completely scalable. If you're struggling, you can start with a higher chair or even add a cushion to raise the seat. If you're stronger, you can use a lower chair or even add a pause at the bottom to increase the challenge. The National Institute on Aging recommends this exercise as a primary intervention for maintaining independence in older adults. You're literally training your body to stay functional. Start with 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions. If that feels too easy, great. If it feels hard, that's your baseline. Within 30 days of consistent practice, you'll be amazed at how much smoother and easier this movement becomes. And that improvement translates directly to real life. Getting up from the dinner table, getting out of bed, getting out of your car, everything gets easier. Exercise number 2 is the standing calf raise. Most people ignore their calves, but this is a catastrophic mistake, especially after 60. Your calf muscles, specifically the gastrocnemius and soleus, are critical for balance, walking efficiency, and fall prevention. They're also known as your second heart because they pump blood back up from your lower legs to your heart. Weak calves mean poor circulation, which means cold feet, swelling, and increased risk of blood clots. Here's how to perform a standing calf raise. Stand behind a sturdy chair or counter that you can hold onto for balance. Place your feet hip-width apart, toes pointing forward. Keeping your legs straight but not locked, slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet as high as you can. Hold the top position for 1 full second, then slowly lower back down until your heels touch the floor. That's 1 rep. The key here is control. Don't bounce, don't rush. This isn't about speed. It's about time under tension, which is what builds strength. Each repetition should take about 3 to 4 seconds. 2 seconds up, 1 second hold, 2 seconds down. When you move this slowly, you force the muscle fibers to work harder, and that's what triggers adaptation and growth. Here's why calf raises matter so much for seniors. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that calf strength is directly correlated with walking speed and endurance in older adults. People with stronger calves walked faster, walked longer, and had overall better mobility. But there's another benefit most people don't know about: proprioception. Your calves contain thousands of sensory receptors that send information to your brain about where your body is in space. When you strengthen your calves, you're improving your body's internal GPS, which dramatically reduces fall risk. The Centers for Disease Control reports that 1 in 4 Americans over 65 falls each year, and falls are the leading cause of injury and death in this age group. But the empowering part? Falls are not inevitable, they're preventable, and calf raises are one of the most effective preventative exercises you can do. You're building the muscular and neurological foundation that keeps you upright and stable. Start with 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. If you need to hold onto the chair with both hands for balance, that's fine. As you get stronger, try using just 1 hand, then just fingertips, and eventually no hands at all. If you want to make it harder, you can do single leg calf raises or add a pause at the top. The progression is endless. And here's a pro tip. Do these while you're waiting for something. Waiting for your coffee to brew? Calf raises. Waiting for the microwave? Calf raises. Brushing your teeth? Calf raises. Exercise number 3 is the wall sit, and this is where things get serious. The wall sit is an isometric exercise, meaning your muscles are working hard, but you're not actually moving. And for people over 60, isometric training is one of the safest, most effective ways to build strength without putting stress on joints or connective tissue that might be worn down from decades of use. Here's how to do a wall set. Find a clear section of wall and stand with your back against it. Your feet should be about hip-width apart and about 1 to 2 feet away from the wall.
Slowly slide your back down the wall until your thighs are parallel to the floor, or as close as you can get. Your knees should be at about a 90-degree angle directly over your ankles, not past your toes. Press your lower back flat against the wall, engage your core, and hold this position. Your arms can hang at your sides or rest on your thighs. Now, here's the challenge. You're going to feel it. Your quads will start burning, your legs will shake, your brain will tell you to stand up. But this discomfort is where the magic happens. When you hold a static position like this, you're creating sustained tension in the muscle fibers. This triggers a phenomenon called metabolic stress, which is one of the primary drivers of muscle growth. You're also training muscular endurance, the ability of your muscles to sustain effort over time. And that endurance is what allows you to stand in line at the grocery store, walk through a museum, or cook dinner without your legs giving out. Research from the American College of Sports Medicine shows that isometric exercises like the wall sit improve not just strength, but also joint stability and tendon resilience. This is critical for aging bodies because your tendons and ligaments lose elasticity over time. By strengthening the muscles around your joints, you're creating a protective scaffolding that reduces wear and tear on the joint itself. You're protecting your knees and hips from the inside out. And there's a mental component here that's just as important as the physical one. When you hold a wall sit, you're training your mind to tolerate discomfort. You're building mental toughness and discipline. A study from the University of Texas found that older adults who regularly practiced exercises requiring sustained effort had better emotional regulation, lower anxiety, and higher self-efficacy. You're proving to yourself that you're stronger than you think. That confidence carries over into every aspect of your life. Start with a goal of holding the wall sit for 20 to 30 seconds. If you can't get that low, go higher. Even a quarter squat position is beneficial. The goal is progressive overload. Each week, try to add 5 to 10 seconds to your hold time. By the end of 30 days, you should be able to hold a wall sit for 60 to 90 seconds. And when you hit that milestone, you'll notice something incredible. Stairs become easier, standing becomes effortless, and your legs feel solid and dependable again. Now let's talk about the benefits you're getting from these 3 exercises beyond just stronger legs. Benefit number 1 is metabolic activation. Your leg muscles are the largest muscles in your body, and when you activate them, you're turning on your metabolic furnace. A study in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that resistance training in older adults increased resting metabolic rate by up to 7%. That means you're burning more calories even when you're sitting on the couch. You're fighting age-related weight gain at the cellular level. Benefit number 2 is improved insulin sensitivity. The American Diabetes Association confirms that leg strength training is one of the most effective interventions for preventing and managing type 2 diabetes. When your muscles contract, they pull glucose out of your bloodstream for energy. This improves your body's ability to regulate blood sugar without requiring massive insulin spikes. If you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, these 3 exercises could literally save your life. Benefit number 3 is bone density preservation. Osteoporosis is epidemic among older adults, especially women, but here's what most people don't realize. Bones respond to mechanical stress. When you perform weight-bearing exercises like sit-to-stands and calf raises, you're creating tiny electrical charges in the bone tissue that signal your body to maintain and even build bone density. The National Osteoporosis Foundation recommends resistance training as a primary strategy for preventing fractures and maintaining skeletal health. Benefit number 4 is cardiovascular protection. Wait, how do leg exercises help your heart? Simple. When your legs are strong, you move more, you walk more, you climb stairs instead of taking the elevator, you stay active, and that cumulative movement keeps your cardiovascular system healthy. A study in the European Heart Journal found that leg strength in older adults was inversely correlated with heart disease risk. Stronger legs equal a healthier heart. Benefit number 5 is improved balance and fall prevention. We've touched on this, but it bears repeating. The CDC reports that falls result in 3 million emergency room visits per year for older adults. But here's the empowering truth. Balance is trainable. These exercises improve proprioception, strengthen stabilizer muscles, and build the neuromuscular coordination that keeps you upright. You're literally reprogramming your body to stay balanced. Benefit number 6 is improved mobility and independence. This is the big one. A study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that older adults who maintained leg strength were significantly more likely to live independently, travel, and maintain their quality of life. Weak legs don't just limit your movement, they limit your life. Strong legs give you options, freedom, and dignity. Benefit number 7 is reduced chronic pain, especially in the lower back and knees. When your leg muscles are weak, other parts of your body compensate. Your lower back takes on more load. Your knees absorb more impact. But when your legs are strong, they do the work they're designed to do. Physical therapists use exercises like these to treat chronic pain because they address the root cause, muscular weakness and imbalance. Benefit number 8 is improved posture. Strong legs support your entire skeletal structure. When your quads and glutes are firing properly, your pelvis stabilizes, your spine aligns, and you stand taller. A study from the University of Southern California found that older adults who performed lower body strength training showed significant improvements in posture and reduced forward head position. You don't just feel stronger, you look stronger. Benefit number 9, and this is the one nobody talks about, is cognitive protection. Remember when I mentioned that leg strength predicts longevity? It also predicts brain health. A study published in Gerontology followed twins over a 10-year period and found that the twin with stronger legs had significantly better cognitive function and less cognitive decline. The mechanism is increased blood flow to the brain. When your legs are strong and active, they pump more oxygen-rich blood upward, feeding your brain and protecting against dementia and Alzheimer's. You're not just building muscle, you're protecting your mind. Benefit number 10 is hormonal optimization. Resistance training triggers the release of growth hormone and testosterone, even in older adults. These are the hormones that build muscle, burn fat, and maintain vitality. A study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that older adults who performed lower body resistance training saw measurable increases in anabolic hormones. You're naturally optimizing your body's chemistry. Benefit number 11 is improved sleep quality. Exercise, particularly resistance training, has been shown to improve sleep duration and quality in older adults. The National Sleep Foundation confirms that people who engage in regular strength training fall asleep faster and sleep more deeply. And better sleep means better recovery, better mood, and overall better health. Benefit number 12 is longevity. Let's bring it all together. A meta-analysis published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine reviewed data from over 30 studies and concluded that muscular strength is independently associated with reduced all-cause mortality. Translation: strong people live longer. Not just longer, but better, with more function, more independence, and more quality of life. You made it to the end. Now here's your blueprint, the 30-day Strong Legs Protocol. This is your day-by-day roadmap to guaranteed results. Week 1, you're building the habit. Do all 3 exercises 3 times per week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday works great. Chair squats, 3 sets of 8 reps. Calf raises, 3 sets of 12 reps. Wall sits, hold for 20 seconds 3 times. Focus on perfect form, not intensity. You're teaching your body the movements. Week 2, you're increasing volume. Same 3 days per week, but now chair squats go to 3 sets of 10 reps, calf raises go to 3 sets of 12 reps, wall sits, hold for 30 seconds 3 times. You should start feeling stronger. Movements should feel smoother. Week 3, you're building strength. Still 3 days per week, chair squats, 3 sets of 12 reps, try using a lower chair if possible. Calf raises, 3 sets of 15 reps, try using less hand support. Wall sits, hold for 40 seconds 3 times. This week will challenge you, push through. Week 4, you're proving your progress. Chair squats, 3 sets of 15 reps with controlled tempo. Calf raises, 3 sets of 20 reps, minimal hand support. Wall sits, hold for 60 seconds 3 times. By the end of this week, you should feel like a different person. Test yourself. Can you now stand from a chair without hands? Can you walk upstairs without gripping the railing? Can you stand in line without back pain? These are your real-world results. Here are your critical rules. Rule 1, never skip the warm-up. March in place for 2 minutes before you start. Get blood flowing to your muscles. Rule 2, breathe. Never hold your breath during exercise. It spikes blood pressure and reduces performance.
Inhale on the easy part, exhale on the hard part. Rule 3, prioritize form over reps. 1 perfect rep beats 10 sloppy reps. Rule 4, rest as needed. Take 60 to 90 seconds between sets. You're building strength, not training for a marathon. Rule 5, listen to your body. Some muscle fatigue is normal, sharp pain is not.
If something hurts, stop and adjust. Who should be careful? If you've had recent knee or hip surgery, check with your doctor first. If you have uncontrolled high blood pressure, get medical clearance. If you have severe balance issues, do these exercises near a wall or counter for safety. And if you experience chest pain, dizziness, or shortness of breath, stop immediately and seek medical attention. These exercises are safe for most people over 60, but you know your body best. When in doubt, ask your doctor. Most will enthusiastically support this kind of functional strength training. Here's your challenge. Commit to 30 days, not 2 weeks, not when you feel like it. 30 full days following the protocol exactly as I've laid out. Comment below, I'm committed, if you're ready to start tomorrow, not next week, tomorrow. Let's see who's serious about taking back their leg strength and independence. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications because we're just getting started with simple, science-backed strategies that actually work for bodies over 60. Your legs are your foundation. Everything in your life depends on them. Your ability to travel, to garden, to play with grandchildren, to live independently. Don't wait until weakness forces your hand. Don't wait until you fall. Don't wait until someone else has to help you stand up. Start today. Start now. 30 days from now, you'll wish you had started today. So start today. Stay strong, stay independent, stay moving.